morning, students. Once again, a very hearty welcome to the English world of Aradhya. Myself, Rashmin sir, imparting knowledge of English to the students of 9 to 12 standard in English medium. Students, in my previous video, we have already started your fifth lesson. The title of the lesson is Indigo, written by Fisher. I already gave you the background of this particular lesson. What was the situation of the Indian farmers in Champaran and how Gandhiji came over here, how he went from Gujarat to that part of India in those years in 1917. Okay, when you see going from one place to another also was difficult because so many vehicles were not available. Even the train were very few. Frequency of the train was also very few. The trains also were not going to all the parts of India. So at that time, Gandhiji, without any selfish motive, he went over there and then he fought for them. So how he fought for the Indian farmers, how he turned the situation in their favor, all those things we will see here in the lesson. Okay, we had already completed the introduction about the author Louis Fisher. Now we will begin your lesson. When I first visited Gandhi in 1942 at his ashram in Sevagram in central India, he said, I will tell you how it happened that I decided to urge the departure of the British. It was in 1917. So this particular incident took place in the year 1917 and Gandhiji came to India in 1915. Okay, before that he was in South Africa, all those things I told you. Okay. He had gone to December 1916 annual convention of the Indian National Congress Party in Lucknow. There were 2,301 delegates and many visitors. Okay, delegates means representative. So Gandhiji, after all, he wanted to make his career in politics also. He wanted to fight for the India's freedom. And that's why as soon as he came over here, he was also attending the sessions of Indian National Congress. Remember, Indian National Congress were held every year at that time. Okay, because Britishers were ruling. So whatever programs or whatever they decided, for that they wanted the support of all the representatives and the workers. So every year they would have at least one national convention. So students, you see, he went over there for that to attend. So there were as many as 2,301 delegates and many visitors. During the proceedings, Gandhi recounted. Okay, so when the session was going on, the Gandhiji's turn came, so he started narrating. A peasant came up to me looking like any other peasant in India. ये चल रहा था तभी एक peasant आया था. Peasant means farmer. Okay, and he was looking like any Indian farmer. Okay. Poor and emaciated. Emaciated means very thin because he is not getting enough food for himself, for his family, and all that. He has so many responsibilities. And said, I am Rajkumar Shukla. I am from Champaran and I want you to come to my district. Okay. Directly, he came and just told in very few sentences, just 2-3 sentences he told. He first introduced himself and told, I want you to come to my district to fight for us. Okay. Gandhi had never heard of the place because he did his schooling and then he went to England to study this one, lawyer's degree. And then he went to South Africa. So he knew very little India over here. I told you when he came to India, first thing he did was Bharat Brahman. He went on taking the round of the entire India and just understand the situation of the people. Okay, so Gandhi said that he had not heard the name of this place at that time. Okay, it was in the foothills of the towering Himalayas near the kingdom of Nepal. So exact location of Champaran is shown over here. Okay, so it is just in the foothills of the Himalaya and close to it is the other country, Nepal. Under an ancient arrangement, the Champaran peasants were sharecroppers. So all those things I told you in my earlier video. These farmers over there were known as sharecroppers. Okay, and there was one agreement or contract drawn between the British landlord and the Indian farmers. Okay, Rajkumar Shukla was one of them, so he was also one of the sharecroppers. He was illiterate but resolute. Resolute means very firm, determined. He was illiterate, but he was very resolute, yani firm. He had come to the Congress session to complain about the injustice of the landlord system in Bihar. And here the landlord were not our own people, they were the Britishers. So that's why it was very difficult to fight with them. Fight with them means you are not going to do any physical fight with them, but you will challenge them in the court. So they are Britishers, and even the judges in the court were Britishers only. So they would give their decision in favor of the landlords only. So that's why it was very difficult. And somebody had probably said, speak to Gandhi. So Rajkumar Shukla did not know how to fight. He must have contacted many people, and somebody here, exact name is not given to us. Ki who told him to approach Gandhi, that is not given. Okay, so somebody told him ki you talk to Gandhiji, he will come to fight for you. Gandhi told Shukla he had an appointment in Kanpur and was also committed to go to the other parts of India. Okay, so Gandhi ji, after coming over here, he became quite busy because he was attending the Congress sessions and also taking an active part in all the programs given by the Congress. Okay, he wanted to emerge as a leader, so he was attending or going wherever he was wanted or wherever he was called. So he said that I have to still go to Kanpur and then I have to go to the other places also. Shukla accompanied him everywhere. So that shows the resolute nature of Shukla. Already we were told he was illiterate but resolute, यानी firm. तो यहाँ वो resolute nature, ओके, जिद्दीपन वो यहाँ दिखाई देता है. जहां भी गांधी जी गए उसके साथ साथ वो भी गया. Accompanied Gandhi ji wherever he went. Okay, then Gandhi returned to his ashram near Ahmedabad. Okay, finally Gandhiji came to Ahmedabad. Shukla followed him to the ashram. For weeks, he never left Gandhi's side. It means he would be there with Gandhiji only. I will take you to my place. Even if I have to move with you for 6 months, 8 months, then also no problem, but I will take you to my place. So he did not maybe trust the promises given by the leaders. And that's why he was constantly staying with Gandhiji. Okay. Okay. Fix a date, he begged. Finally, he requested, begged means he requested Gandhiji. Fix a date. Impressed by the sharecroppers' tenacity and story, tenacity means stubbornness, and story, Gandhi said, I have to be in Calcutta on such and such a date. Now, Calcutta means present day Kolkata. Okay, that time it was known as Calcutta. So Gandhiji told ki, yeah, that side, Calcutta side I have to come, and this Bihar is close to West Bengal. So from there I can come. You just decide a date. Okay. Fix a date. So he said that I have to be in Calcutta on such and such a date. Come and meet me and take me from there. So that day you come over there in Calcutta, and from there I will come to your place in Bihar. Understood? That was agreed upon. Months passed. Shukla was sitting on his haunches. Okay, students. So in the hunch quarters at the appointed spot in Calcutta when Gandhi arrived. So Shukla was already there. He waited till Gandhi was free. Gandhi came for some other business, some other work. So first he allowed Gandhiji to complete his work. Till that time he waited. Okay. He waited till Gandhi was free. Then the two of them boarded a train for the city of Patna in Bihar. You know, Patna is the capital of Bihar. So afterwards they boarded into the train which was going to Patna. Okay. Then there Shukla led him to the house of a lawyer named Rajendra Prasad, who later became the president of the Congress Party and of India. Okay, students, you know, first president of India, of independent India, was Dr. Rajendra Prasad. And he was also the president of Indian National Congress. So I told you, when Gandhiji came over here in India in 1915, many people did not know him. Okay, he was not known at all. And all these people, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, okay, Sardar Patel, Maulana Azad, Rajendra Prasad, all those people were the known leaders over here in India. So this fellow took him to the house of Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Okay, he was also a big person, and later on he also became the president of India. First he became the president of Congress, Indian Congress, and then he became the president of the country also, first president of India. Okay, then you see, so he took him over there. Rajendra Prasad was out of town, but the servants knew Shukla was a poor yeoman who preferred their master, who pestered their master to help the indigo sharecroppers. Okay, so here, students, you see, the servants knew because Rajkumar Shukla had gone to Dr. Rajendra Prasad's house many a times. This time when he went with Gandhiji, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was not available. He was out of town. Okay. But the servants knew that this fellow comes again and again. And after all, who is he? He is an illiterate farmer who is having some land, who is cultivating some land. And he comes here every time, now and then, to just pester. Pester means to harass our master. Okay. Yeah, pestered their master to help the indigo sharecroppers. The reason also they knew. The servants also knew the reason. Why he is pestering our master. Because he wants our master to fight for all the sharecroppers. So the servants even knew the reason. Okay. Then you see, so they let him stay on the grounds with his companion. So they did not allow him to enter the house. They allowed him to stay over there only on the ground with his companion. And who is his companion? Rajkumar Shukla's companion over there is Gandhiji. So they thought Gandhiji is also like him. While Gandhiji was a lawyer, okay, very famous lawyer in South Africa. So those servants also thought that Gandhiji is also like him because Gandhiji went over there after doing Bharat Brahman student. Remember, all these incidents are very important. When he was in South Africa, he was shown like an Englishman. He was wearing suit, boot and everything. But when he came to India, okay, he adopted Indian attire. Indian attire यानी Indian dress. भारतीय लोग जैसा पहनावा पहनते थे वैसा उन्होंने अपनाया. And then in the movie it is shown, and in his life also we can just make out कि he was moving in India. First he took the round of India. So during that round he had put on the Indian attire only, Indian dress only. But when he noticed a lot of poverty, people not getting their 2 times meal, people not getting enough clothes to cover their body, after that he decided that till all the Indians get enough clothes to cover their body, I will wear only one dhoti and no other thing. Okay. So students, it is very difficult, I tell you seriously, it is very difficult to find the leaders like Gandhiji in today's world. They were really concerned about the people. They would live with the people. They would just share their sorrows. They would share their problems. Okay. They would take active interest in solving the troubles or the problems of the people, and that's why they were very close to the hearts of the people. That's why people were ready to follow them or do anything in their name. The present day leaders are not that sort. Understood? So students, that is really a sad thing. The people will accept you when you show that closeness with them. And when Gandhiji went from here to Calcutta, after that I told you, no, after Bharat Brahmana, because of this poverty of the people, he just started wearing only one dhoti, no other thing. So when he went to Champaran or Calcutta, there also he was wearing this sort of dress only. when they went to Dr. Rajendra Prasad's house, that time also he had put on that dress only. And that's why servants thought that this person who is there with Rajendra Prasad Shukla is also like him. He is also just a farmer, a sharecropper. The servants could not identify that this person who is with them is a big lawyer. He is very highly educated person. He is going to be the father of India. Those servants could not identify him at that time and took him in the same manner. Okay. So they let him stay on the grounds with his companion Gandhi, whom they took to be another peasant. See, it is mentioned. They considered Gandhiji also as a farmer only, another peasant. But Gandhi was not permitted to draw water from the well lest some drops from the bucket pollute the entire source. Okay. So basically here Rajkumar Shukla was considered as an untouchable. Okay, a person from the low community. And that's why he was not allowed to take out the water. So along with him, Gandhiji was also not allowed to take the water from the well. Understood? Because they thought that he would pollute. If he takes the water out of this well, then he will pollute the entire well. Okay? How did they know that he was not an untouchable? So that is a question mark. Now, how could they know that the person who is standing with Rajkumar Shukla is not an untouchable? Understood? So that misunderstanding might happen when you don't know the person. If they knew that Gandhiji was like that leader, they would not have received him in this condition. Understood? They would have just given him a lot of respect, allowed him to come in, served him this one, tea, snacks and other things. Okay. But here they did not know the identity of Gandhiji. Gandhi decided to go first to Muzaffarpur, which was en route to Champaran, which was on the way to Champaran, to obtain more complete information about the conditions than Shukla was capable of imparting. Remember, Shukla is an illiterate person, so many things which are going on, he also may not know. So Gandhiji will have to trust whatever he says. But for the complete information, Gandhiji will have to contact the other people. And that's why he went to this particular place, student, okay, Muzaffarpur. He let me go and find out what is the situation over there, what are the people's views, what this man is saying is true or not. Okay. And that is the right thing. When you are going for any legal fight, student, first of all, you need to know the facts. Because it is possible that suppose if you are a lawyer and a client gives your case to you, but he hides certain history from you, certain history of his side. If he hides from you, then that opposite lawyer in the court, he might come up with that history which you already don't know. So there you cannot do anything. So that's why it is said that when you go to any doctor or any lawyer, don't hide anything. Whatever is the fact, you tell them. So they know how to fight, they know how to treat you. If you hide certain things from doctors, so doctor's treatment also will go in the wrong direction. So students, for all these reasons only it is said that never hide anything from a doctor or a lawyer. So Gandhiji also is just confirming if whatever Shukla says, is there any other thing which he doesn't know or he doesn't tell me? Okay, that's why he went to Muzaffarpur. Okay, he accordingly sent a telegram to Professor J.B. Kriplani of the Arts College in Muzaffarpur, whom he had seen at Tagore's Shantiniketan school. The train arrived at midnight, 15th April 1917. Kriplani was waiting at the station with a large body of students. Remember students, he was working in a government school, government college, and you see Britishers were ruling. So if Britishers came to know that this fellow is just giving the shelter to one of the person of the Congress who is fighting against us, then his job would be in danger. But then also Professor Kriplani did not bother about that. He went to receive Gandhiji with a large body of students. Gandhi stayed there for 2 days in the home of Professor Malkani, a teacher in a government school. Understood, students? So here Gandhiji also stayed at the house of one school teacher. His name is given Malkani. So his job also was in danger. Then also he allowed to Gandhiji to stay with him. So students, here we will stop our lesson. Next time when we meet, we will continue our lesson from here onwards. See how Gandhiji fought for all the sharecroppers and turned the situation in their favor. Okay, till that time, students, stay fit, stay fine. Have a good day. God bless you. Once again, you go through whatever we have finished today in this particular lesson. Thank you.